as maybe the new leader of Reform? Would you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're not offering you the job. We don't have any.
I mean, if you can get me contacted, sure.
Yeah.
There's a general election coming up, so maybe
Absolutely.
I'll stand.
Yeah. There's definitely an appetite for somebody like you.
Yeah.
And it's good to speak to someone who is informed for once, rather than just has an opinion on general headlines. So it's really interesting to hear.
And then future leader of Iran. Hopefully without the same end as Raisi. Do you think that his death was intentional?
Maybe. You never know. But there's like 3 different possibilities. So the first possibility is that it could have just been a crash. Because, Iran says, we have this strong military and we're so powerful, but they're not. They try to pretend. And the helicopter they were traveling on was from like the 1970s. And Shah bought it like 50 years ago, and they're still traveling on the same helicopter. I thought you're so powerful. Why can't you just make your own helicopter? Brand new one, yeah? So, and it was a lot of fog, and they were in mountains. It was foggy. It was an old helicopter, so they could have just crashed. Another possibility is that it could have been Israel and Mossad, the same way they killed like 4 top generals in Syria recently, Netanyahu. They could have done something with the helicopter. Who knows? They made it faulty. But the third, and the most interesting one, is that Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, because Raisi is not the top guy, he's the president, but we have Khamenei, which is the supreme leader, which is like a king. So he's the continuity for like 40 years now. And he's done this in the past, because Raisi was second in line to become the supreme leader. Khamenei is like really old. He's like 80 something and he has cancer. He might die any minute. And Khamenei wants his son to replace him. Okay, and Raisi was second in line because he was the president. So Khamenei thought, maybe I just take Raisi out and then my son would be the natural replacement. So
honestly, it's the kind of thing that's in like Hollywood films.
Exactly.
I know. Who needs fiction?
Yeah.
Who needs fiction when you've got real life? It's honestly way more exciting.
Reality is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, it is. When you get into power, when not if, what would be the first thing? What would be the first thing that you would do? Because I'm thinking, I'm hearing from you that you don't like the ECHR. Would you get rid of that? Would that be the first thing you'd do?
Probably. I don't like this whole diversity inclusion thing either. I would get rid of that. I would encourage capitalism and businesses and low interest rates and low taxes, but also I would have a very firm foreign policy stance, and I would encourage freedom of speech, and I would say we live in a free society. Like, I would get rid of all these ideas, like any employer that tries to get rid of their employees for having an opinion, I would outlaw that. I would like put hard sanctions on. So what I would encourage is discourse. And as long as you're not inciting violence to anyone, you can have whatever opinion you want.
Would you say that you would love Britain?
Huh?
Would you say you love Britain as a country?
Yes, I grew up here, for sure. I mean, I have my Persian roots, but I grew up here. I have a British passport. I've lived here most of my life. It's not without its flaws. Yeah, but
that's for sure.
The weather being one of them.
Yeah, I know. It comes to this time of year and you're like, oh, I love the UK. And then it only lasts 3 months. And then you're just like, I need to go on holiday.